Hello, my name is Father David Nix. This is the Padre Peregrino podcast and YouTube channel. We have a new series to present on Padre Peregrino. EIX stands for Evangelion Jesu Christe. That is Greek for the Gospel of Jesus Christ, or in Latin, Evangelium Jesu Christe. Today's just a really short introduction. This is the EIX intro, as we're going to call it. Okay, well, future EIX videos, these will be 15-minute explanations of Apostolic Catholicism for non-Christian seekers or Christian beginners. EIX is going to be a series on YouTube playlists, just like my VLX Video Lexio Divina series or CPX Catechism of Pius X. Now, you might be asking, though, okay, but if this is just a 15-minute video to explain the gospel to non-believers, then why do you need a whole playlist series? Our goal is to remake this 15-minute explanation of our first EIX, found in English, in as many languages as possible for you to share around your communities and perhaps, if God blesses it, by your prayers around the world. This is a very exciting evangelization project that I'm doing with the help of my friends Randy Grasso and Mike Tunn, and also a giant thanks to the Queen of Apostles, Benedictines of Ephesus, who gave me permission to use their beautiful music for free. They have been at the top of Apple charts for religious music, and I'll link their website. So the basics on this EIX series. It's a traditional Catholic or Apostolic Catholic explanation of the gospel for unbelievers in just 15-minute videos. We took most of the words from My Catholic Faith, that is basically a catechism written by an American bishop in the 1950s named Bishop Morrow. Then we wordsmithed it a bit and edited it, so I can't take much credit for the words. All the credit on this goes to Bishop Morrow, God rest his soul. Then we hope to translate his teachings in this first EIX1 in English into numerous languages. EIX1 in English will be up next week, the second week of February 2022. And here's what we're going to ask you to do. Of course, not request money. No paywalls, no firewalls. Just help us spread the gospel. Just send EIX1 to any English speakers who want to know how Apostolic Catholicism or traditional Catholicism would answer the question, how can I be saved? Then in the future, we're going to ask you to please send future EIXs to people who speak other languages. Now, we will need translators, but the message is going to be the same as the English. Now, as you're listening, you don't have to worry about listening to future EIXs if, say, you don't speak Japanese. You're just going to be bored listening to that. In fact, our first volunteer translator comes from the Middle East, and he's going to be translating into Assyrian and or Farsi, if I remember correctly. So we're going to ask you to send that video not just to Persian Catholics, but even Muslims who obviously also need to know how to be saved. So please help us spread these videos, this series, even if you don't know the language you're sending out. And also, if there's any native-speaking Catholics from another country who can translate from English and record this, please do contact me on my email, on my blog's donate page. We would love to employ your help to spread the gospel across the world in any language that you spoke before you spoke English. But we only need volunteers of English as a second language, not Americans who study foreign languages. Why? Because we want the final translation on every EIX to be done by a native speaker. Now, even though this intro and EIX1 next week, these will be on both YouTube and the podcast apps, future EIX series videos will only be on YouTube but not podcasts, because my podcast listeners are mostly English speakers, and also because I think foreign languages are easier to search and disseminate on YouTube than they are on podcast apps. In any case, we hope you learn a lot and come closer to Christ and the Catholic Church. Please help us share this gospel of Apostolic Catholicism with unbelievers in this EIX series. Thanks for listening.